Good morning to my respectful board of directors. Okay, I'm going to tell about the SAP feasibilities on the financials perspective. Okay. It's good to hear that our cash flow for our financial feasibility or for our implementation of SAP show a positive amount, which means that we actually can afford it and can implement the SAP to our company. And you all can see as what I sent in through the email. Okay, the net present value also show a positive amount, which says that we have a positive value in future for implementing the SAP. And also the payback period, we expect to get a return on 3.42 years. Okay. Then about the internal rate of returns, okay, we are basing on 25% of rate so that we can actually get a return as soon as possible. Okay, so that's basically on the financials perspective. So do you all have any questions to me?
It sounds good on this very positive result on the feasibility analysis. So can you implement it on April?
I'm sorry to inform that if you're going to implement the SAP on April, that is not possible, because if we implementing the SAP in April, which means that we need to ignore the human behavior, the laziness, their errors, human errors, or any carelessness stuff. Or maybe we're going to assume that our supplier is very efficient and very effective, which sometimes may not be happen in the real life. Therefore, I'm sorry to inform that April may not be the realistic date that to implement SAP.
Since you brought in the human aspects and the suppliers inefficiency, so could you tell us by what time could we start implementing this system?
Okay. So the activity will start from 7 February. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is deal with the SAP provider, which we expect 7 days durations. Okay. Then next, for the preparation, database server and purchasing the equipment, we expect to have 30 days or more, because the equipment that we need to buy, we need to make order will consume much more time. Okay. Then next thing, we'll wait for SAP software programmers or any setup teams to come in our office to set up the server and database system. Then this we expect to have 10 days of durations. Okay, then after that we are going to test run and tune the server based on our requirement of our company, which this will consume about 5 days. Okay, 5 days to check whether the errors that occurs when we implementing or when we set up the server. Okay, then after that we will select a few managers and staff levels to test run the software, the system. So on this stage, we expect to have a 10 days durations. Then after that, we are going to collect the feedback from these groups of employees and managers and take their opinion or experience to make changes on the software that from the SAP provider. After done the changing or amendment, it will make us consume 10 days again. Then we will test run after the rectifications and any bugs that we found out when the managers and staff using. So this will use up about 5 days. The training schedule that we plan will synchronize with our test run of the server after the bug fixing. Then after that, we are going to train all the employees based on schedule so that we will not have any issue on like our job will stop it entirely due to the training of employees for the database system. Then the training for employees, we expect to have 25 days, which is more than the managers and staff training, because normally this one will involve many of staff that we might categorize them in batch by batch to train. That's why we need more times. Okay, then after that we will complete the last update after this employee training, and based on their experience of using, we will make any changes again. Then we expect that by end of May we can run the SAP entirely in company after the training of the employees.
This date implement can. Thank you for the presentation earlier. It made us clear how much time it is needed. After discussing with the fellow directors here, we decided it is actually best for us to implementing on 1st June because we need this system to be most efficient as it gets, because we are the starting of implementing it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for your valuable time to attending this meeting to approve us for extending our period. And hope you all have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my fellow colleagues. Okay, we have got the approval from the board of directors that we are going to implement the SAP into our company, and this is a must to implement SAP into entire company. So now we are going to discuss whether there's any problem will be facing by us if we implement SAP in the future. And good to say that our board have extended the period to implement SAP to June instead of April, so that we have more longer time to really solve the issues that we are going to meet in the future. So if you all have any questions or any problem or any suggestion, you all may give it into this meeting, and let's solve this together.
Sir, I have a question to ask. If we implement the SAP, I realize the issue because our company don't have enough computer and enough space to conduct the practical of SAP, because the last program we use ACCAP is using for only the debit and credit process. So we are using very less computer. Now conduct the SAP program have to use many computer, and how you look on the problem.
I respect your opinion you had, but in light of that, let me add my opinion. I think we believe that implementing SAP is very good for us now because our competition is getting higher, and we need to change our infrastructure now as it is, and we have to implement SAP because it will be beneficial for us in the long run, because it is a software that has sales and distribution, asset maintenance and everything. But the only problem we have, you raised the issue of lesser computers. So we feel that if we could increase the number of computers and the trained staff, it will be so beneficial for us, and we could be, I fear that if we don't keep up with SAP now, we may be behind competitors in the field. What do you think?
Okay, I agree with your point that the first issue should be taken into consideration, but I have another issue. The SAP system cannot produce accounting report, which means that for each extra report, for each customized report, we have to pay extra 10K for this. So how do you solve this?
Thank you. I'm actually glad you raised that issue. Since you brought the issue of the 10K for the reporting, I would like to say that the the PSC report that we use now will be outdated in the future, because all of the competitors are using this software and they are on their way of issuing these reports. Despite the cost of the reports, they using this system because it's the way to go ahead. That's the way they stay ahead of competition. Might as well give another alternative, hiring someone else to do the customers reports for us. But then again, we will still imply the cost for hiring them and training them and getting familiar with the system. So might as well let the SAP generate the report for us, and we don't have to generate the report all the time, just once a year, right? So I think it's a fair investment to go with it, as well as SAP provides other beneficials as well.
Okay, I agree with your cost benefit analysis. However, how do we solve the database traffic jam that's caused by the centralized database system where many users access to it at the same time?
I suggest we follow the systems followed by Petra Group, where the users upload files, reports after 4 p.m. or after working hours. This will reduce the percentage of the traffic, the data traffic in the system, so it will be easier for the users to use it even at the same time.
Alright. So, but how can you solve the backup problem? How can you avoid the possibility of system crash? You should know that we can't take a risk of losing data resulting from all the transactions go on at the same time. Can you solve that?
Okay, right now our backup is maybe we can find the related supplier to supply the maybe the backup server. It will be the cost will be low, maybe around 10,000 to 20,000. So I think it should be fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I agree with the backup issue, you can solve it. And I realized that the most serious problem in implementing the new system is training, because the company and employee have fixed culture, working process to work in their daily life. So I think it's difficult to change. So how you arrange the training program to make the employee willing to change? This is the main problem. Okay.
Okay. Well, this concern has taken into my consideration too. So I think I have designed a series of the training program for employees as long as they can do it after our rearrangement on the schedule by batch to batch. Like maybe this period is for the F&A department, then the HR department could be follow the next, like this.
In addition, I would like to add training employees, right? Since SAP is going for the long-term view to keep up with the competitors, and we have to change our internal structure, infrastructure from people's willingness to change. If the employees are not willing to change, I suggest we change the employees, because if they are still sticking to the old traditional routes, I don't see this company going any far beyond where we are. So if you want to progress further, we have to train new employees and change their mindsets.
Alright.
Sounds reasonable. But can this training program be complete on time and within the budget?
Well, it's never been an issue anymore because I have already rescheduled all the timetable for each department. So I think the training will be completed on time and I'm confident on it.
In addition to the budget for the training of staffs, I think our company can afford this kind of budget because our company is big and they have the investment to do it. And also, I like to say that this in the long run we can collect our capital from outside, even to finance further training of staffs. And we believe that we don't have to consistently train these staffs, as the initial training will be sufficient for keep us going in the long run. So I think time and budget will have no issue in training. I would like to say thank you for all of your questions and concerns regarding the SAP system. I would like to remind you again that this system is a long-term project. Don't think of the immediate benefits or anything. Just think of it as a long-term, and it is very beneficial for us in the future. I hope our questions have solved any doubts, and I hope you have a clear understanding of SAP now. And would you want to implement SAP now?
Yes,
Do you agree?
Yes,
Sure,
okay.
we agree.
Sure, agree.
No problem.
So thank you. I'm glad to hear that you all have come to an agreement that we should implement the SAP now. So, alright, this is a success meeting for us. Okay, thank you for attending and your opinions. Okay, let's work hard to make our SAP to success. Okay, thank you.